The Vase of Flowers is a still life painting by the Dutch artist Jan van Huysum that was painted in 1722. The painting was held in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy until 1943, when it was stolen by Hitler and his Nazi troops and taken to Germany, where it still resides today. Today, the Uffizi Gallery and the people of Florence are pleading for the painting to be returned to them, but Germany is not budging. To tell this story, I must begin at the beginning of Hitler's life to show why he did what he did. Adolf Hitler was born April 20th near Linz, Austria. He was born into a big family with a lot of siblings, and they moved multiple times throughout his childhood. Hitler's demeanor changed as a child after the death of his younger brother, and he went from being an outgoing, fun child to a detached boy who was constantly fighting. Hitler had wanted to be an artist at a young age, but his father restricted that dream and sent him to boarding school, which led Hitler to purposefully do bad in school so he could pursue his dream of being an artist. Hitler moved to Vienna to study art and applied for their art school program twice, just to get denied each time. Hitler had believed the people who had denied his acceptance were Jewish, and it has been speculated that this is where his hatred for Jewish people started from. Eventually, Hitler was called to join the army, and he was a soldier in World War I. After the war, he began his rise in politics with the Nazi Party. During his time as leader, Hitler hated all art that was not German. He called it degenerate art, and would mock it in museums, have it destroyed, and he would not allow it in Germany. Hitler's fascination of art is what led to the looting of thousands of pieces of artwork during World War II. World War II began in September 1939, when Hitler and the Nazi troops invaded Poland. Hitler and his troops kept invading countries and taking and destroying artwork, monuments, and pieces of historical and cultural importance from those countries. The countries that were invaded by Hitler were left in ruins. Churches and places of worship were destroyed. Important monuments were taken, broken, and damaged. Pieces of art were looted by Hitler to be taken to Germany. Florence, Italy was one of the many cities ransacked by Hitler and his army. One of the pieces of artwork that was stolen by Nazi troops was the Vase of Flowers. The Vase of Flowers was bought by Tuscan Grand Duke Leopold II in 1824, 102 years after it was painted. Leopold II was the Grand Duke of Tuscany from 1824 to 1859. He had a love for art and loved anything that was of cultural significance to Italy. The Vase of Flowers was displayed in the Uffizi Gallery alongside other paintings by the Dutch artist Jan van Huysum. During the war, the paintings were hidden in the Tuscan countryside in order to be kept safe from the Nazi troops. Despite the efforts by the Italians, the paintings were found and stolen by Nazi troops. After the unification of Germany in 1991 and the war ending, it was brought to light that the painting had been stolen from Italy and was now in the hands of Germany. This is the case for many pieces of art. After the war ended, so many pieces of art were discovered stolen. Some of the artwork has been returned to their original countries, but there are still many pieces that have been lost or are being withheld from their country. Most of these pieces of art are spread throughout the world and are destroyed. Many countries want the pieces of art to be returned back to them. Italy is one of these countries. The Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy is demanding for the Vase of Flowers to be returned back to them. Since the painting was displayed in Italy for so long, it holds a very high cultural importance to the city of Florence. Currently, the painting is in the possession of an unidentified German family. The director of the Uffizi Gallery, Ike Schmidt, is pressing for the painting to be returned. The German family is currently demanding payment for the painting, but the Uffizi Gallery refuses to pay. The gallery is hoping to get public support to help their case for getting the painting returned. The Vase of Flowers is a cultural landmark and one of the many pieces of art that was stolen during World War II. The piece of art is currently in the works of being returned to its original home, and it is hopeful that it will be returned.